So earlier this week, I think there was excitement when Complexion heard about the changes that could potentially happen with the South African Reserve Bank, expected to cut interest rates by up to 150 basis points by mid-year 2025, which could result in the average homeowner saving around 1,400 Rand per month on their bond repayment. We're talking to broker and owner of REMAX, Philip Skuman, this morning. Philip, good morning. Are you good?
Morning, guys. Thanks for having me. Always.
So with the interest rate being announced today, let's look at where things are right now and what we are anticipating. And, if that happens, what could the changes, how could they in fact impact property owners?
Yeah, so there's a lot to say. There's been a lot of articles out, hinting at the drop that could come.
Yes.
And I think it will come, but not because of any decisions taken by us. What's funny to me is that, if you follow the international news, you would basically it's like Lesecha just copies whatever the Fed says,
Yeah,
So if the Fed says higher for longer, Lesecha Ganyahu says higher for longer, and now there's a drop coming. So, but in general, I think we shouldn't be necessarily measuring ourselves that strongly against the US. I think but
hasn't it been the norm? Usually
it has been the norm.
Yeah.
But remember, there's a geopolitical shift in what's happening, with BRICS, and the whole world is moving towards currency backed by precious metal. So I think from that kind of standpoint, in South Africa, specifically Limpopo, we're sitting quite pretty. I think we have a lot to look forward to. Now, if we take into account if the interest rates drop, now as I said before, I think personally if the interest rates start dropping, the buyer's market's over, because it's currently a buyer's market everywhere in the country.
Sure.
Because there's so few buyers that can. Now, I think when the interest rates drop, we'll find a general positive sentiment, and as you were going to say, is that we're looking at by mid-year next year, 2025, about the basis drop points will bring us 1,400 saving, is what you were saying.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound like a lot, but it is quite. And the point is that it's going to increase sentiment. So the businesses in town will be doing better, and then obviously spending money, and that just flows through the entire economy.
Sure.
So the positive sentiment is what I'm looking forward to.
Okay. And you always say that the right time to buy a property was yesterday. But could the lowering of interest rates actually be some sort of encouragement for people to actually buy the product?
100%, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But the problem is then the prices go up.
Oh.
Because currently we're sitting with a supply and demand. We're stifled in Polokwane specifically because we don't have enough houses. We have extreme pressure on the housing market. If you look at Polokwane Limpopo is now the second highest average province when it comes to average house price. And it's because we don't find a lot of construction here, as we do in other metropolitan areas. And it's not like our birth rate has dropped. We still need to supply houses to these people.
True.
And what we're looking at is if the interest rates don't come down, or if they do come down and the prices go up, you might find that people that live in Polokwane currently will increasingly struggle to live here because the cost of living is just going to go up when the prices increase. I mean, we should have, based on the hard times that we've been through in the economy, we should have seen a lot more price drops. We should have seen a lot more clients selling for below asking. And we're not seeing a lot of that.
But we need more developments for that to happen.
That's the thing. If we have more availability, and especially in the 1.4 million Rand price bracket. So I want to call anybody that thinks they got money and they want to develop, come and see me. We can put a plan together. Let's develop, because this town really needs property, and it needs the 1.2 million, the 1.4 million 3-bedrooms, because that's what we don't have. You're finding property prices already sky high.
Yeah.
And that's with high interest rates.
Yeah, 2-3 million rands for a face brick house.
Correct. Now you drop the interest rates, the positive sentiment comes in, people start spending money. All of a sudden, the guys that were struggling to sell their houses at asking price are now selling at asking price. And this will increase the prices going forward. As more the sentiment picks up, it's going to create a rush. By mid-year next year, we could see a completely different economy.
Sure.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right. Well, Philip, we're going to leave it here today. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you always on a Thursday, and we're grateful for you. That's Philip Skuman, broker and owner of REMAX.
Thanks, guys.